Good evening, student. Welcome to class 11th physics NEET JEE physics strategy guide. So today I want to share important information regarding the NEET JEE exams. So before that, let me show you one picture. So here you can see that. Yeah. So take a look at this image. The bold headline at the top says it all. A real story, real discipline, real success. Too often, we look at top rankers and think they must have some magical background. Yeah, elite coaching or expensive resources. But look at the story of the student right here. He came from a humble background. He did not study in a English medium school. He had no fancy coaching. He had only one real choice, one ultimate weapon, NCRT textbooks, and his own unstoppable determination. So, this proves a fundamental truth that we must all take to heart, not by birth, but by effort we rise. Okay, not by birth, but by effort we rise. So, so did he do it? What was his secret? It was not a secret at all. At all. Yeah, it was a simple daily routine executed with absolute discipline. Every single day, he followed 5 fundamental steps. NCRT reading. He trusted the books completely, going line by line, concept by concept. Second method, second step, concept notes. Make his own clear summaries to reinforce understanding. Make his own clear summaries to reinforce understanding. Third one, previous year question practice. Solving past year's questions to understand the exam pattern. Okay. Fourth step, revision. Going over the material again and again. So it should help you. You can realize later. Revision, going over the material again and again. And last step, fifth step, most important step, self-test. Evaluating his progress honestly. Okay. Clear? Self-test. Evaluating his progress honestly. So look at the journey map at the bottom. It started with a humble beginning and limited resources, but it moved forward through daily consistency, studying 6 to 8 hours every day with a strict daily plan and zero shortcuts. Little by little, the strategy, steady progress, and consistency become his biggest weapon, leading straight to ultimate NEET JEE success. Yeah. Okay. So next, why physics is a game changer? Now let's look at the right side of the infographic. Why is physics highlighted as the number one rank differentiator? Because it holds incredibly high weightage and scoring potential in NEET. Many students fear physics, but once you build a true concept clarity, the questions become highly predictable. Mastering physics gives you better accuracy and speed, helping you score more marks in less time. That is exactly why top rankers excel in it. And look at the breakdown of the syllabus. Class 11th topics alone make up nearly 46% of the total marks. Very important. Class 11 topics alone make up nearly 46% of the total marks. You cannot afford to skip foundational chapters like units and measurements, kinematics, laws of motion, work, energy, power, rotational motion, gravitation, and properties of matter. So these are the building blocks of your entire score. These are the building blocks of your entire score. Okay. So my dear students, the final message is clear here is meant directly for you. You can do it too. You can do it too. You don't need fancy setup. You need NCRT in your hands and absolute consistency in your routine. Treat physics as your strength. Put in the hard work today, and the victory will be yours in the future. So let's commit to the discipline starting right now. Right. So before we entering into that plan, I will share the 3 MCQ. Okay, I will show the 3 MCQ. You can type the answer in the chat box. Clear? Okay. So first question. Which physical quantity has a dimensional formula m power 1, L power 2, T power minus 2? Think about it. Which physical quantity has the dimensional formula? Force, work or energy, power, momentum. Which one is correct? Which one is correct? M power 1, L square, T minus 2. Which one is correct? Very good. So answer is option B. Very good. Good. Work, energy, and power. Clear? Okay. Work, energy. Clear? Very good. Second question. A body of mass 2 kg moves with a constant velocity of 5 meters per second on a smooth surface. What is the net external force acting on the body? 10 Newton, 5 Newton, 0, 2.5 Newton. Which one is correct? A body of 2 kg moves with a constant velocity 5 meters per second on a smooth surface. What is the next external force? Ten Newton, 5 Newton, 0 or 2.5 Newton? Okay. Okay, very good. So 0 is the correct answer. Yes, a body of mass. Because here you can see that constant velocity. So constant velocity means answer is 0. So F means net force. F is equal to M into A. So here A is 0. So force is 0. Net force 0. Okay, good. Third one. A ball of mass 0.1 kg strikes a wall perpendicularly at 10 meters per second and rebounds back at the same speed. What is the magnitude of the impulse delivered to the ball? Impulse. You have to find the impulse. Already you studied in the earlier in your yeah. You know about the impulse force like that. Yeah. Ball of mass 0.1 kg, a strike perpendicularly 10 meters per second, and the rebound same speed and the impulse. the answer? So 0 Newton second or 1 or okay. So answer is yes. Answer is yes, 2 Newton. Good. Yes. Answer is 2 Newton second. Already you know about the impulse formula. Yeah. Okay. So the ball rebounds. So let me check the answer. Which physical quantity has the dimensional formula? Work energy. A body of mass 2 kg moves with a constant velocity 5 meters per second, 0. And a ball of mass and perpendicular to the velocity v and rebounds back at the same speed and impulse. So 2 Newton second. Clear? Okay. Good. Sorry, to. Okay, now I will share the button file. So here is this. So welcome to NEET JEE Physics Strategy Guide. A complete chapter-wise weightage breakdown, exam pattern comparison, and a physics first preparation roadmap will turn your most feared subject into your highest scoring one. Clear? So here you can see that. Okay. So physics is the most important subject. Already you know that. Yeah. Yes. Before we touch a single formula, I want 15 to 20 minutes of your full attention, because what I am about to show you decides how you study for the next 24 months, not just what you study. Clear? Most students treat physics as a subject to fear. By the end of this session, you will see differently as a subject with the clearest rules, the most repeatable questions, and honestly, the best return on your effort if you approach it correctly. Okay. So, exam pattern comparison. Exam pattern comparison. So, before that, you have to think about how you study or how you prepare for the exam. You are not preparing the normal exam. You are going to prepare for the NEET or JEE main exam. Okay. So this is a 24-month surgery journey. So your preparation is divided into two distinct ops. Phase 1, the next 12 months. Phase 1, the next 12 months. Mastering the foundational class 11th syllabus. Mastering the foundational class 11th syllabus. Mechanics, thermodynamics, basic physical science. Okay, clear? If your class 11th concept or week, your class 12 build will collapse. So you have to be careful. And phase 2, the following 12 months, Moving into the class 12 high-yield topics, electrodynamics, modern physics, followed by rigorous full syllabus mock test. Yeah, okay, good. So now you can see that exam comparison. Let's start with the exam itself because you cannot build a strategy for the test you don't fully understand. NEET UG physics 180 marks out of 720. So that is a full 25% of your total score. 25% share of your total score. 45 compulsory MCQs. I want to stress compulsory. Since 2025, there's no optional section B. Since 2025, there's no optional section B. Every question must be attempted or skipped. Okay, every question must be attempted or skipped. There is no cushion of extra question to choose from anymore. Okay, there is no cushion of extra question. So marking is positive 4 for correct. So plus 4. Okay, plus 4 for correct, positive value. And a negative 1 for wrong answer. Negative 1 for incorrect, for wrong answer. Now on timing, the confirmed current pattern is 3 hours 180 minutes for the entire 180 question paper. 3 hours 180 minutes. Okay, already you know that 3 hours 180 minutes for the entire 180 question paper. So no separate time limit per subject. You manage that yourself as a working target. Budget around 45 minutes for physics, which comes to roughly 1 minute per question on average. 1 minute per question on average. Okay. So I want to be transparent with you. There was a one-time 15-minute extension given only for the June 2026 re-exam after the issue. But the NTA was clear that extra time was for logistics, not extra solving time. Okay, that extra time was for logistics, not extra solving time, and it has not been confirmed for future exams. So we prepare for 180 minutes as of today. Okay, so we prepare for 180 minutes. Plan for that. If you get a buffer, treat it as a bonus, not a crutch. Clear? Okay. So now JEE main physics. 100 out of 300 marks. 100 out of 300 marks. That is nearly 33.3% share. A full 1/3 of your score. Higher than NEET share. Yeah, already you can see that. 25 questions. 20 MCQs in section A plus 5 numerical value questions in section B. There are two sections, A and B. In A, 20 MCQs and B, 5 numerical. And section B is now fully compulsory too. Okay. So you have to answer all the 5 compulsory numerical problem. Fully compulsory too. No optional choices. And marking positive 4 for correct answer and negative 1 for incorrect answer for both sections. Okay, across both sections. Okay, same total exam duration 3 hours, but for a shorter, denser paper. That gives you roughly 50 to 60 minutes for physics, about 2.4 minutes per question. Yeah, 2.4 minutes per question. Notice that's more than double NEET phase. Because JEE questions are built to combine multiple concepts, not just test recall. Okay, so you have to remember that JEE questions are built to combine multiple concepts, not just test recall. Okay, so read that line here at the bottom. No more buffer questions. No more buffer questions. This is the single biggest mindset shift you need to make this year. In the old pattern, if you got stuck, you had spare question to fall back on. That safety net is gone in both the exams now. Okay, so every question counts. Every wrong guess cost you mark. This changes how you should attempt the paper accuracy. First, speed. Second, we will come back to this idea more than later. Okay, more than once today. Now, number 3, physics branch breakdown. Yeah. So now let's zoom out. Physics is not one giant subject. It is 7 branches. They are not weighted equally. Look at the 2 largest slides. Yeah. Electrodynamics at 26%. Electrodynamics at 26%. And mechanics at 24%. You can see that. Okay. Electrodynamics 26%, mechanics 24%. Exactly half the paper. Clear? So together, that's exactly half your physics paper. If you master just these 2 branches, you have secured half your marks before you even open a modern physics chapter. Okay, right. So here's the trap most students fall into. They hear class 12 has more weight and neglect class 11. But look at this. Look at this. Mechanics, thermodynamics, waves, all class 11th topics. Yeah, already you know that. All class 11th topics still make up close to 46% of the paper, nearly half. If your revision plan is class 12th first, class 11th, if time permits, the plan is broken. We fix that today with the roadmap at the end. Okay, so next page. Skill demand radar. Skill demand radar. So this chart is the most important one in this whole session. So look carefully, closely. It is not about what topics to study. It is about what kind of thinking each exam rewards. Okay, most important. So it is not about what topics to study. It is about the what kind of thinking each exam rewards. The blue shape is NEET. Notice it stretches furthest on conceptual recall and graph reading. NEET wants you to recognize and recall fast, not derived from scratch. Okay. NEET wants you to recognize and recall fast, not derive from scratch. The orange shape is JEE main. It stretches furthest on multi-concept application and formula derivation. Okay. Furthest on multi-concept application and formula derivation. JEE wants you to connect ideas across chapters. JEE wants you to connect ideas across chapters and build the formula, not just plug numbers into it. Okay. So notice where both shapes overlap and say hi. Numerical speed. Numerical speed. Yeah. That once non-negotiable, no matter which exam you are targeting. Daily timed numerical practice is not optional homework. It is a one skill both exam demand equally. Okay. So daily timed numerical practice is not an optional homework. It is a one skill both exam demand equally. Clear? Okay. So If you are preparing for the board exam, which shape should you train? Which shape should you train toward first? Okay, a few answers coming, then confirm. If you are preparing for the both exams, which shape should you train toward first? Train toward the JEE shape, synthesis and the derivation. If you can do that, NEET is recalled based version becomes easy by comparison. It rarely works the other way around. Okay. Okay. Now next slide. High yield physics chapters. High yield physics chapter. Here are your 6 highest priority chapters ranked by how often they appear and how many marks they carry. Current electricity, ray optics. Yes. Okay. Current electricity, ray optics, laws of motion with the work energy power, electrostatics, dual nature of matter with the atomic and the nuclear physics, and the magnetic effects and the EM induction. You can see that branch current electricity, branch electrodynamics, average question 3 to 4 questions, weightage 9 to 10%. Priority high yield. Okay, right. So these 6 chapters alone carry close to half of your total physics marks. That is not a coincidence. It is where you should spending your first pass of serious study time. And it's where every single previous question from the last 10 years needs to be solved without exception. Clear? Okay. Then next slide. Key focus areas for NEET. For those of you focused on NEET specifically, 4 habits will move your score more than anything else. 1. NCERT numerical mastery. NEET numericals are almost always lifted directly from NCERT's own solved exam. Clear? NCERT numerical mastery. NEET numericals are almost always lifted directly from NCERT's own solved examples. Not adapted, not modified. Often the exact same setup with the different numbers. Know the NCERT examples hold. Okay. The standard graphs and assess and reason drills. Same 15 to 20 graphs, velocity time, force displacement, and so on, reappear year after year. Train pattern recognition, not just theory. Okay. Train pattern recognition, not just theory. 3. Pharma recall speed. Build a one-page pharma sheet. Build a one-page pharma sheet per chapter. And drill until a direct pharma question takes you under 30 seconds. That banked time is what saves you on the harder questions later in the paper. Build a one-page pharma sheet per chapter and drill until a direct pharma question takes you under 30 seconds. That banked time is what saves you on the harder questions later in the paper. And 4. The high repeat chapters, ray optics, current electricity, semiconductor electronics, these repeat with just the numbers changed year after year. Okay. So these repeat with the just the number change year after year. Solving all the previous year questions here is close to a guaranteed score. Slide. High yield strategy or JEE main. For JEE main, the strategy shifts. Three things matter most. First one, multi-concept integration. Multi-concept integration. So JEE allows to fuse two chapters into one question. Okay. Mechanics with rotation, electrostatic with current electricity. Practice combined the problem sets deliberately, not chapter by chapter in isolation. Okay, you have to combine the problem with the two different chapters, like electrostatic with current electricity or mechanics with rotation. So don't do that chapter by chapter in isolation method. Okay. 2. Numerical value question. Precision. There is zero room for guessing here. A correct method with one rounding error still scores a 0. A correct method with one rounding error still scores a 0. So build clean habits around units and significant figures now, not the night before the exam. 3. Graph and derivation depth. Know why the minor formula or Bernoulli's theorem works. Not just the final line. JEE tests the logic, not just the result. Okay. So you have to be careful about the even minor error in the formula. For example, you may put v cube instead of p square. So answer is different than the original answer. So answer is wrong. Okay. So JEE tests the logic, not just the result. Okay. And here is a pro tip panel. Strategic insight worth remembering. Physics is often the biggest scoring differentiator in JEE main. It has fewer of the deep, tricky traps that organic chemistry sets for you. Okay, a strong, well-drilled physics attempt can genuinely offset a secure attempt in math. Don't underweight your physics preparation just because math. Okay, so math feeds more scoring on paper. Okay. So next, target scores and metrics. Let's talk numbers. For NEET aspirants, 150 or higher out of 180. In physics, keeps a 650 plus overall total realistic for the top government medical colleges. Physics is usually where students lose the most marks. So crossing 150 is a real signal of strong preparation. So aim for that 150 plus out of 180 question in physics only. Then you can easily get the 650 plus mark in the total realistic mark. So which is very helpful to get the seat in the government medical colleges. Okay. For JEE main aspirants, 75 or higher out of 100. $75 or higher out of 100 in physics reliably pushes your overall percentile into the 99 plus range. So physics tends to give the best marks per minute. per minute. Okay. So physics is the best for getting to score the higher mark. Physics reliably pushes you overall percentile into 99 plus range. Physics tends to give you the best marks per minute of the 3 subjects. And here you can see the accuracy index. This is the number I want you to remember above all others. 40 out of 45 attempt at 90% accuracy will consistently outscore a full 45 out of 45 attempt at 70% accuracy. Okay. A 40 out of 45 attempt at 90% accuracy will consistently outscore a full 45 out of 45 attempt at 70% accuracy. Under negative marking, restraint is a strategy, not a weakness. Okay. Know when not to attempt a question. Clear? Okay. And code preparation pillars. 3 non-negotiable habits starting today. 1. Read NCERT line by line. Read NCERT line by line, including every diagram, solved examples for both class 11th and 12th. This is not optional reading. It is your primary source. It is your primary source. 2. Solve 10 years of previous year questions and keep an error log. Don't just mark question right or wrong. Tag why you got it wrong. Okay. Tag why you got it wrong. Concept gap, calculation slip, or a silly mistake. Review that log every single week. Review that log every single week. 3. Keep 2 notebooks. One of formula with the correct essay units and one of key derivations. In your last week before the exam, these 2 notebooks are all you should need to revise. Keep 2 notebooks, one of formulas with the correct essay units and one of key derivations. Okay, next. And next one, 12-month master roadmap. 12-month or 24-month master roadmap according to the your time. Okay, so if you study for the 1 year or 2 year like that, you can plan for that. This is a like for like a crash course, something like that. Okay, 12-month. Month 1 to 4 foundation building, month 9 to 10 advanced practice, and month 5 to 8 core syllabus, and the month 11 to 12 marks and revision. But if you are preparing for 12 to 24 months, you can plan according to that month. Okay, for example, first 5 months you can build the core concepts, yeah, foundation building. And next set of 5 months advanced practice, like that you can plan yourself. So months 1 to 4 foundations like units, kinematics, laws of motion, work energy power, and the basis of rotational motion. And the months 5 to 8 the core syllabus, so which is for both thermodynamics, electrostatic, current velocity, magnetism, and the electromagnetic induction. And month 9th to 9th and 10th, advanced practice, optics, modern physics, semiconductor, alongside. These are also belongs to 12th, class 12th physics. Okay, alongside with the heavy previous question drilling. And months 11 and 12, full length marks, rapid revision using your formula and derivation notebooks and weekly error log analysis. Okay, so notice this roadmap respects everything we discussed today. It front loads mechanics because of its weight and does not neglect class 11 and ends with a pure accuracy training, not new content. Clear? Okay. So now last closing. So physics is not a subject to fear. Okay? It is a subject with the clearest rules of your marks, right? In just two branches. The same previous question pattern repeat year by year after year, and accuracy beats blind attempts every single time under this marking scheme. Precision in your numericals, regard with the NCRT, and the consistent previous question practice. That is genuinely the formula for a 150 plus NEET score on a or 75 plus JEE main score. Okay, nice. So these are all the important information I want to share with you. Okay, students, these are all for today. From next class, I will teach the topic based on the NEET syllabus or JEE syllabus. Okay, so syllabus is same for both exam. Already I told you the plan strategy is different. Okay, okay. So summary points. Mechanics forms core foundation for class 11th and carries 24% weightage. Clear? Mechanics forms a core foundation for class 11th physics 11th and carries 24% weightage. Accuracy beats attempts. Accuracy beats raw attempts under the -1 negative marking system. Here, accuracy beats raw attempts under the -1 negative marking system. Daily target. Solve at least 30 single formula NEET level numericals. Daily. No exception. Okay. You have to solve at least 30 single formula NEET level numericals. So today you can take the 30 questions from the units and dimension. Tomorrow you can, if you know about the next chapter, laws of motion, you can take the another 30 questions in that chapter. Otherwise, you can take the 30 questions in units and dimensions. For every week, you can go with the one chapter or one or two chapter. But you have to practice at least 30 single formula NEET level numericals. Okay, clear. So homework for you. All NCRT class 11th chapter 2 units and measurement worked examples 2.1 to 2.5.2. Okay, solve these problems. Units and dimension, units and measurements worked examples 2.1 to 2.5. Okay, 2.1 to 2.5. This is a homework for you, and importantly, two notebooks very important. Already I told you two notebooks important, and another one, create a one-page formula summary sheet for Newton's law of motion for today. This is the task for today. Okay, create a one-page formula summary sheet for Newton's law of motion. So these are all your homework today. Okay. Okay. So that's all for today. Thank you, students. So if you have any doubt, please type that doubt in the chat box. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Nothing. So we will see in the next class. Thank you. Thank you, Vidyasati. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Vidyasati. Thank you.